Finally, okay. It is really a hassle sometimes trying to get everything together for this live broadcast or any type of live broadcast whenever you have to set up the room, the microphone, the lights, and all of that. There was a lot of technical difficulties. So if you were in the live earlier, I do apologize. But anyway, welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. My name is Chocolate Beauty 81. Please make sure that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel as I will be giving you content consistently and also new content. So look forward to seeing some new uploads of videos that I have never done before. So anyway, let's get into why we are here. Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 1 through 5. Let's get into it. All right, so am I the only one that felt like the first two episodes was so boring? Now, I have not kept up when it first premiered 5 weeks ago, but I decided to, binge watch. And I'm telling you, the first two episodes was just painful to watch. The last three actually was really good. And I was like, thank you, Lord, because I don't know if I can get through a season of Married to Medicine if it's going to be like this, even if I just got to watch one episode and review it. So since I am covering over the last five episodes, we're just going to talk about the individuals that's on the show. First, let's get into Dr. Contessa. Dr. Contessa has a problem with Dr. Heavenly because Dr. Heavenly then spoke about her family, her marriage, on her social media platform, and she feels some type of way. But it seems like Dr. Contessa forgot that she was been talking about her husband over the last 9 seasons. We know that they've been having marital issues, and this is nothing new. But I do agree with Dr. Contessa when she said that she felt as though that when it came to Dr. Heavenly talking about her on her social media platform, that she dug a little bit more deeper. Now, out of all the relationships that Dr. Heavenly has with the women, her and Dr. Contessa are the closest. I think that what a lot of people got lost with Dr. Contessa when it came to her issues with Dr. Heavenly is that she needed an audience to actually approach her about what she said about the marriage. I think that the reason why they wanted to do it that way is to, of course, create some drama for the show, because without Dr. Heavenly's drama and her platform, they wouldn't have nothing to talk about. So, but I kind of feel like everybody knows that Dr. Heavenly will always talk about people on the show. This is not something new, and they all talk about each other like Dr. Heavenly said. Now, I'm not a stand for Dr. Heavenly, but the one thing that is absolutely sure is that what she does talk about her platform or on her platform is something that a lot of people have said on the show, but I think that Dr. Heavenly had definitely lost the mark when it came to why Dr. Contessa was so mad at her, because at the end of the day, you digging in deeper and deeper and deeper into the situation, and you don't expect people to think that, okay, you're supposed to be friends. Okay, you're claiming that you're real friends off of the show, but you keep on talking about her husband. Like, get off her husband's yick. Like, seriously. I mean, everybody knows that they got marital problems. Everybody knows that he cheats. Everybody knows this information. But girl, talk about something else. Like, there's other women on the show that you could talk about. Now, I understand that, when it comes to vlogging and even talking about these reality shows, and especially if you're somebody who creates a platform after you get on the show, that people are going to ask you your opinions on people. But I feel like what Dr. Heavenly doesn't realize is that sometimes she crosses the line with the conversations that she's having about her actual friends on her show, and doing it for $1. And I mean, she has every right to do what she wants, but I kind of feel like Dr. Contessa, you were definitely a coward for bringing all of those women to approach Dr. Heavenly, because truth be told, y'all been friends for years, and in all actuality, you knew that Dr. Heavenly was not going to be one of those people who was going to take this lying down in the conversation, and you know that she was going to swing, but you also knew that about your friend way before she started doing this. She always talks smack about you and the other people on the show, and her personality has not changed. So that's one of the things that I can actually salute my hat off to Dr. Heavenly about. With her personality, she has not changed. Her and Toya, they stand their ground. They don't flip flop. It is what it is, and take it or leave it. So that's the reason why I kind of respect them, regardless of how the way that people may not like their approach. They never change. So don't get mad. That's always been your friend, girl. Don't get mad when your friends decide to sling mud at you when they are known for slinging mud on other people. Like, child, get over it. Okay, so since we're talking about Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Katessa, let's get into Dr. Heavenly real quick. I feel like Dr. Heavenly, you definitely abuse and use your platform to drag and diminish people's names. You definitely will drag them. Some of the things that you do say on your platform is irresponsible, but that can be something that you decided to do for your platform. Like I said just a few seconds ago, a lot of people cannot get mad at you or how the way that you act because you've always been this way. This is not something new. Welcome everybody that is in the live. Make sure that you guys tap on the screen, or if you're not tapping on the screen, I'm talking like I'm somewhere else. But make sure that you guys follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I gotta always remember that because I seem to forget every single time to tell people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So make sure that you guys subscribe. Okay, so I feel like Dr. Heavenly, you definitely sitting a lot of mud. And the thing about it is like, what you think that people ain't going to approach you about what you said? And plus, you want to show with women who, like, you have to create scenes and talk about, create a storyline to make the show work. So why would you think that for some reason that you're so far above being a storyline on the show? And plus, this is not something that you said allegedly behind people's back, what you said allegedly to production. This is something that you actually said on your own personal YouTube platform. So I need you to take accountability for what you say, which I will say that you did, because you said that you stand on everything that you said about the women on your platform and you felt like it was sound and all of that. But don't get mad when they bring it on the show. Like, girl, what do you think? They're going to talk about what you say on the show. I feel like Dr. Heavenly, sometimes you don't know when to shut up. The fact that you went on this big apology tour, apologizing for everything that you said on your platform, then you going to go ahead and tell Anelia, who Quad allegedly slapped with, that was supposed to be the married man. But then again, you're talking about you don't want to talk about it, nor do you want to acknowledge it now. But you apologize and then you continue to say these things, which is something that happens on all reality television. It just comes with the territory. Girl, you literally bring the smoke to you and you just got to take it. Like, at the end of the day, we're going to see that eventually Quad is going to see what you said about her on, to Anelia about the guy that she allegedly slept with. Dr. Heavenly has always been messy. That's not something new. That shouldn't be something that is like, oh my God, Dr. Heavenly is talking about people. That's what she does. I mean, she talks about everybody. And she is right when she says that everybody talks about everybody. But everybody doesn't have a YouTube platform. And everybody doesn't have the followers that you have, okay? And plus, like, it's put out there forever. Even though, like, the shows are put out there forever, you dig a little bit more deeper in your show where other people can view what you are saying. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, I have a YouTube platform. I don't tear down at any other YouTuber that's deciding to actually, set a precedence for themselves. Like, go ahead, do your thing, girl, but don't get mad because this is going to blow up in your face because it seems like you don't know how to keep your mouth shut. But that's the reason why a lot of people like you, Dr. Heavenly. So, all right, so let's move on to the next person, Toya. Now, one of the things that I can say about Toya, love her or hate her, She don't need an audience to actually give you a piece of her mind. She will privately talk to you, have a conversation with you, and she will cut you down to size privately or publicly. She really has that attitude, and I absolutely respect her for that. I may not like necessarily everything that Toya does, but she don't need no liquid courage or the other people to actually do something. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like also when it comes to Toya's husband, a lot of these women are disrespectful towards him because he's not like, he doesn't come across what y'all call a manly man, and y'all like, always got something to say to him, and he's usually quiet. He seems like a very hardworking person that really don't got time for what's going on, but I also feel like he's tired of y'all. Especially with that situation with Anelia and her husband. And Anelia, girl, I need you to make up your mind on what kind of individual you are trying to be on this show. Are you trying to be a mean girl? Are you trying to fit in with the Hey Toya train? Because that Hey Toya train ain't doing nothing. Okay, because Toya is going to remain herself, okay? She's going to take care of herself. She's going to travel the world by herself. She's going to keep on buying houses and flipping them and selling them. And you and your husband, Anelia, were very shady with the whole moving thing. What you think that was funny? You think that was going to make your relationship with Toya and her husband more better? No, you were throwing daggers. You and your husband were being shady as I don't know what. Y'all shady. Y'all was shady. And then don't get mad when somebody addresses you. Because let's be clear, Anelia, you're the only person on the cast that can really get with Toya is Dr. Heavenly. And even Dr. Heavenly crumbles under the pressure of Toya. And we know how reckless Dr. Heavenly Mouth is. So don't try to act like you're a tough girl and you're just doing this. Girl, you can miss me with that, Anelia. You have nothing on Toya. She will tear you down. You need those other women to stand with the crowd. Toya is a standalone girl. And like I said, I don't always agree with how the way that she does things, how the way that she carries herself on the show. I don't even like some of her ways because she will start a fight, no problem. But that's the difference in between you and everybody else, because you needed other people to say, oh, that was funny. Oh, this, that, and the third. Why are y'all showing up to an event targeting your neighbors on who you want to be friends with? Because that's why you're actually mad, Anelia. You're mad because Toya won't be your friend. You're mad because y'all live in the same neighborhood and she pays you dust. That's why you're mad. And of course, because you're married to your husband, he's going to actually take up for you. Now, one thing I will say about your husband is that he's a real jerk. Okay, I'm trying to like keep it PG on here. He is really just like one of those people who that could be very nasty and very mean. But the one thing I could respect about your husband is that he's going to take up for you. But at the end of the day, he should not be including himself in no women's conversation, because him dressing up and digging at Toya and her husband is getting in between what the women are doing. And that's where you lose me, sir. Stay in the place of a doctor and be a husband, be a +1 to your wife, because it's called Married to Medicine. It's about the women. Even though you're the doctor, you're not a star of the show. Your wife is. So I felt like that dig that you did with Toya was lame, tired, and delayed and through. Because the men never had an issue with each other. They never had any problems. It took you minding the business of women to get into a spat with Toya's husband. So you can miss me with that. Anyway, let's move on to Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie is legendary. She's iconic. She's one of the best, doctors, OBGYNs in Atlanta. A lot of people travel to see Dr. Jackie, but her storyline is boring. Okay, she's boring. Her storyline is boring. I mean, she's trying to rebuild her relationship with Dr. Simone, which is great, they did have a real relationship, and Dr. Jackie did, make some reckless comments in the past. Now they're working on it. I don't really got to say much to say about Dr. Jackie. Dr. Simone, pretty much boring too. I mean, she's also upset with Dr. Heavenly with what the things that she has said about her on her show. It seems like everybody is mad. Quad, I like Quad. I feel like Quad is a standalone girl too. But she's not like the same as the other women. But I do like the fact that she she has her mom. Unfortunately, she has her brother's son. Her brother died of a heart condition last year. And, she's taking care of her nephew, so she is more in a family oriented role. Her mom is living with her nephew is living with her, and her nephew seems to be changing the way that she parties in her single life. So I don't know where her brother's son's mother is, but she has taken on the responsibility of being this child's parent. So, it's cool. I mean, this situation was very sad with her talking about her brother. And because there was a scene where she had asked her nephew, she said that he was having some issues with school. And she was asking him why he was having issues with school. And he was like, I miss my dad. And her mom was there, and they just all broke down. That was really, really heartbreaking. And, my heart goes out to them because I don't know, like, that is hard for a child growing up without their father is tough. Her growing up without her brother, her mom having to bury her son, that has to be hard. And the dynamics of Quad now being a parent has to be tough, but the kid seemed like really cool. The kid definitely brings something different to the show because he's featured on there a lot, which, I mean, I will say that everybody that has kids on the show is featured, but it seems like, because of the situation of this little boy, that he's going to be something that's somebody that's going to be like a permanent stamp on the show, if Quad keeps him. So I wonder how Quad is going to react to what Dr. Heavenly had said about, saying the person's name on who she allegedly slept with, because that was something that Quad was mad about. She didn't like the fact that this narrative of her sleeping with married men is something that was put out there. And I mean, even if it is something that did happen, we don't have no proof. And I mean, like, the only time that you really see somebody brings up infidelity and allegedly that this person slept with somebody, they're going to make their way onto the show. So I want to see if somehow this man that Quad allegedly slept with is going to come on the show, because that's what it usually comes to. Like, some of these reality shows, it's like not even surprising what's going to be going on. Like, all right, we know that eventually somebody's going to come out with some proof or whatever. I don't even know why Bravo put that in the scene, because it's so weird, because when they asked Dr. Heavenly about it, Dr. Heavenly denied it and tried to ignore it and move on with the conversation. So I don't even know why she even brought it up in the first place. All right, Anelia, that's the last person I got down on, but I already said what I got to say about Anelia. She's just really giving me desperate vibes. I miss you vibes. I'm bitter vibes. Now I'm going to get you vibes, revenge vibes. I need to show you how I feel, and I'm mad because you're not my friend vibes. That's what that's what she's giving me. So Anelia is very bitter. All right, you guys, thank you for watching my latest recap on Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 1 through 5. Make sure that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got to remember to say that. Remember to subscribe. You will be seeing some new content from me. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. Ciao.